My name is Katie Burdett, and I grew up in a family where parties were the biggest thing. The most important part was always the cupcakes. So today we're going to talk about some tips on making and decorating and piping the traditional cupcake. So to start off, you're going to need just a traditional piping bag where you can get at any baking store. Next, you're going to need to grab a tip. These is an example of multiple tips that you can use with pictures with the frosting. I also have here multiple different arrays of kinds. There's the open round in the different sizes. There's the open star, the closed star, and then the French tip. These are the two different sizes, which isn't that big of a deal. I always go with the bigger tip. So to start off, you're going to need to pick the tip. I've already chosen this small closed star, and you're going to put it down in the bag and push it down. Next, you're going to need to take the frosting that you already have pre-made, and you're going to take it and you're going to need to make sure you push it down in the bag. I normally will do all of it right now, but I've already actually pre-made a piping bag with a tip in it already. So it already has the tip down in here, and it already has all the frosting in it, obviously. So your next step is going to be taking a rubber band of any sort and just twisting it all the way around and making sure it's tight. This lets it not squish out at the top so it doesn't get all over you. So now that all of that's ready, you need the final steps in getting your piping bag ready is going to be pushing the tip just a little bit farther down in there, and you're going to need to take scissors and go ahead and cut that off. The major thing with this is making sure that you don't push too far, cut too much off of the tip, because then you will have no bag and you're going to have to completely start over, which just isn't very effective. So I will start off by getting a little bit in my hand and be able to go ahead and piping a little bit. You want to make sure you don't have any bubbles in the bag, because then that will come up on your cupcakes. So now for actually decorating the cupcakes, now that your bag is completely ready, you're going to need to go ahead and grab as many cupcakes as you want. I've already pre-made these. It's a wedding cake cupcake, very delicious. So you're going to need to actually put the tip and the cupcake on top now. So my favorite method is starting from the inside and pushing out, which is going to look something like this. Another method is starting on the outside, and then you're going to need to press all the way in, making sure you keep the same pressure all the way around. So that's going to look something like this. The last method is going to be making sure you start in the middle of the cupcake, and you're just going to press really hard until it covers the entire cupcake. So something like that. That isn't very clean, but it depends on the tip. If you would go with the round tip, it would make it just look more like a cloud. So that's the effect that it would give. So I'm going to go ahead and finish piping some of these really fast, and then we're going to be able to go on to the decorating stage. So now that most of my cupcakes are already done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out the decorations I would like to put on it. There's a multitude of different things you can use. There's the traditional sanding sugar, which is just a sugar that's been colored. You can get it in any color. There's also the Jimmy that you can get in any color. It's with the ones you find on all your sundaes. There's the little round ones. They're a pearl. They're just a straight sugar that a lot of people will put just a few on the cupcake. And then there's a sixlet, which is actually chocolate that's covered and coated in candy coating. Because it's Easter time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use just the traditional little peep. I've actually already gone ahead and matched the paper of the cupcake with a peep, so I can just go ahead and set it on top. When you're using like a peep or something bigger, you're going to make sure you just put it right in the middle and push down a little bit, so you can just tell. It's just going to make sure it sits on there. But if you're using like something like a sixlet, you might want to set it to the side. If you're using the other ones, you can sprinkle it around. So I'm going to go ahead and finish a few more of these so we can see. So then there's 3 different examples. There's the 2 pink and green, and then there's a purple. So the final step in making your cupcakes look really amazing is adding this disco dust. It's a gelatin-based glitter, which is the most unique thing they've come out with, and I use the pixie dust, which is the white, and you're just going to shimmer it over the top. It gives it a very elegant and just little pretty effect that not many cupcakes have. So now that we've gone over the basics of making and decorating a cupcake, make sure you enjoy it. It's the best part.